Hi folks. I promised you a YouTube video over a week ago that I would have one for the next week, but been pretty busy. Anyway, what I decided to do today was I picked up a water pump a couple years ago at an auction house that we have in our little town, and I got it pretty cheap. And of course, when you buy it at an auction, you never know whether it works or not. Oh, it was cheap enough, so I bought it, and I thought it would be a real good backup to have out here on the island. So today I set it up on my workbench, and I'm going to see what I can do with it. Well, it's a Berkeley pump, and it appears to be a very well made pump, centrifugal, and it's got some old pipes on it that are probably, the threads are probably all seized up on it, but that's neither here nor there. That's not a problem. What I'm curious about is whether this motor works. And my current pump is a 1/3 horsepower, and this one is a 2 horsepower. So I'm thinking if I can get it to go, I'll hook it up, and I should have better flow and better water pressure in the future. So bear with me, and we'll see how this goes. Well, it's not starting out so good. The motor, it doesn't want to turn. When I hooked it up to power, all it did was hum and blow a fuse. So I think I'll start with taking this housing off the end and see if it's maybe jammed up in there. Maybe some debris or whatever got in and jammed up the pump. No metric on this one. 1/2 inch fit perfectly. Well, so far the bolts are breaking free, so it's a good sign that it's not all rusted up. This one's spinning out with my fingers after I loosened it. Huh. Good start. And that gasket wasn't leaking, that's for sure. As I suspected. Looked like a mouse was up in there. Made himself a home. Jammed things up, and look at that. Turns free. Awesome. I think I can get this thing to work. Well, got some cleanup to do, and put that back together. Well, then we got to check out, and I'll probably take all those fittings off and put some of mine on, and clean up these wire connectors. Maybe put a plug on there temporarily. Now this is wired for 240, so I'll have to get a power source for that to check it out properly. But I think we're going to have a good working pump here. Shining up good. This is one of the original batteries that I got with my Milwaukee set years ago. And while it's not quite as effective as it once was, it still works pretty darn good. Anyhow, it's time to charge it up. It's due for it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my solar system. Flip the switch on the inverter, and that's the output. And I've got it plugged into that strip there, which goes up to there. And I might as well charge that battery at the same time. Well, there we go. Free power. Plug in the other one. It's not quite full charge, but should be good to go for a while. Side done up nice. Looks a lot better. I'll give this one here a go. couldn't get in there with my sanding disc. A little awkward to get in there on a straight shot, so I went and got my wire brush and did that up, and it worked good. Or most of it anyway, and then I put that back on and I cleaned up that inside surface there. And I'm not feeling any bumps. Got a nice and clean surface. A little rough from the sandpaper, but that'll just help to hold in the gasket. We're on a good roll here. Now this outside housing can be positioned no matter which way you want that outlet to point. All the bolt holes will line up. So I'm not sure exactly where I want that to go. My other pump is rotated upwards, so I think in the interest of making it easier, I'll mount it that way. Of course, out here, I'm not going to run to town just to get a gasket. So I'm going to use some gasket maker on there. And you don't need a whole lot of that stuff to make a seal. You only need it. These two surfaces are fairly smooth and they fit snug. So you don't need a ton of sealer in order to make it seal. Anyhow, let's beautiful. I'm going to put a dab of grease on the threads of that. Better do up the cap on that before I squish it and put this stuff all over the darn place. Looks like just the right amount of stuff on there. Not seeing any gaps all around the edges. So once that hardens up and seals, should be great. I'll let that sit, and once that sets up, I'll carry on with it. But now it's time to go and have a snack, and I'm sure Maisie would like a snack too. I temporarily wired up the connections on the water pump. And I brought it out here because I've got a 220 outlet or 240 outlet for my welder. So I'll just plug in here carefully. Don't do this at home, folks. Beautiful. Right on.